What's going on, our great people out there in the world today? Thank you for joining our Sports Roundtable. Um, this is a very disappointing recording for me today because of what's going on with March Madness, but we'll get to it. I just want to say first, I want to say thank you everyone for going to our social media page on Facebook and TikTok, and also going to our YouTube channel to actually watch the full episodes of our past recordings. I appreciate you. Please, please, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're going to be pushing out videos probably right at 2 to 3 times a week. But hey, this is a great time because we're in March, man. Mark, man,
Yeah, it's
I'm,
all right.
I'm a little disappointed today.
It's all right, bro. Don't worry. Don't
I'm,
worry.
I'm a, I'm a little hot in the chest right here, bro. A little warm right here. And it ain't from alcohol. I'm a little warm right here.
You live to fight another day. Just not this year. Just not this
So,
year. That's all right.
today, March Madness been crazy. College, it started in the conference tournament.
Yeah.
Remember our last video we did? What I was multiple things I said, hey, it's gonna be some Cinderella teams, which it started. You know what I mean? Nobody's brackets, everybody's brackets jacked up. But what
Already.
did I say? I said it's gonna be a Cinderella team. It's gonna be some shots. We talked about the transfer portal, man. You know what I mean? People moving kind of even out the playing fields on a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I mean? March Madness is really that true name, Madness, man. So
It really is.
yeah,
Already
yeah.
at this point in time. And now in the SEC, we not doing too good.
Well, we doing horrible, and I just gave us
Yeah.
praise on the last video.
Yeah.
On the last video, I said the SEC gonna do great things, and then it started off with Kentucky, lost to Oakland University. They said University of Oakland or Oakland.
They lost to Oakland. Mississippi State lost to Michigan State.
Yeah.
South Carolina lost. And Florida lost today.
Yeah.
And
So,
Auburn.
hey man, we'll get to Auburn, man, because I'm a little hot. As people know, you can look at every video I have. I'm a diehard Auburn fan, and you see right now when I had to take the shirt off. I changed shirts 3 or 4 times during the game, hoping it was going to balance thing out, and I just can't. It can't be on my skin today, so I had to take off the Auburn shirt.
Now this is what Lionel does every year. For everybody who doesn't know, you know when Auburn takes a L or a bad L, that they probably shouldn't take. Yeah, the gear comes off and is usually packed away and stored away the next season.
Yeah. I'm on the baseball season right now. I'm on the baseball.
Baseball.
Yeah, college baseball start. You know what I mean? I'm on the baseball right now.
Yeah, but definitely, if they would have won, he would have had an Auburn hat, socks.
Oh! The whole background gonna be Auburn today.
Yeah.
We supposed to win. So let's go back to this. That's where they start out with. A very, 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 very surprising was this Oakland College. I don't think they University or College, one of them, but they beat Kentucky. That was like the biggest surprise, especially for SEC. Now they calling for Calipari head right now, and I could pull up some. You know what I mean? I'm gonna pull up some images later on if we have time to join the chat. But how people say, hey, he better not be in Knoxville when we get back, or it's gonna be worse than January 6th. That's what these tweets are here right now. It's getting bad.
Wow.
It's getting bad. I'm gonna find. I'm gonna pull up, man. But it's
not
getting
his fault. It's not his fault. I mean, his kids are young.
So I'm gonna give a big shout out to Oakland. But what I said, it was gonna be some Cinderella team. I said I didn't know what it was. I put that on. Go back in our last episode. I said that. I said it's gonna be a Cinderella team because they're gonna run and gun you. You're gonna see something crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the dude, that player, he was somebody picked up in the transfer portal, and he only shot. I think it was like it was either 3 or 6 2-point shots the whole season. Every shot he have taken has been a 3-point shot. And this dude made 10 threes against them. So,
easy.
yeah. So that's the first piece. Then I said, man, and this Oakland school is not in California. It's doggone between Detroit. It's in Michigan. It's between Detroit and Flint.
Yeah, I thought when I first heard them, I thought they were in Oakland.
In
As
Oakland,
far as I
California.
think most people would have thought that.
Yeah. Because nobody never heard, really, a lot of people have never heard of them. Then
Mm-hmm.
another piece was now they want Calipari here because the last 5 years, I think he only has like one tournament win, 1 or 2 tournament wins in the last 5 years. And he's on in 2019, they gave him a lifetime or supposed lifetime contract. But the reason I did the quotations because it's really in the terms it's 10 years, 86 million.
Mm-hmm.
But they consider it a lifetime. So people are like, now everybody started bringing to light that he's never really been a great coach. He's been a great recruiter.
I mean, that's part of being a great coach.
Yeah.
People always try to downplay your coaching
speculate.
ability. They always try to downplay your ability, definitely when you're losing at this point in time.
But you're not surprised. But, Kentucky, I think Kentucky got that Duke syndrome. And what that syndrome I consider is one and dones.
But
you know what I mean?
Duke wasn't really known for one and dones. But before it became a thing. Duke always had the 4-year starters. The Christian Laettners and the Grant Hills. For the most part, Kentucky's always been the one and done. But this is just a true testament to what we've been saying as far as how the game is changing and how I was saying, the transfer portal is a big JUCO now at this point in time.
Yeah.
Because Calipari was saying how his average team is 19 years old, and they were playing 23 and 24-year-old. You see what I'm saying? The game is changing at this point in time.
It's even at the playing field. It really is.
Big time.
And it's easier, I would say easier with basketball than I say football. You know what I mean? Because a small school like Oakland try to play a big Power 5 school in football, they're gonna get beat bad. You know what I mean? And it's really gonna because of the physicality behind it, the way they able to train, the resource they got. Basketball is not necessarily driven off that physicality. You're gonna have some, but if you can't stop somebody from shooting 10 threes in a game, that's a problem.
I can say that's true. And like I said, that's where they took that L. The game is changing, man. Like you said, it evens the playing field. So,
and I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I go back and forth on this because I always had this conversation everybody at least 2 or 3 times a year for the last few years with people, and I say this. So let me ask you the question: do you think college basketball really prepare someone to go to the NBA?
Yeah,
college basketball alone.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, because how many kids go to the NBA from college? You know what I'm saying? Now, it's
like
not,
I'm saying,
it's
like,
not
do
a,
you think
it's not
it's
a million of them.
Like, you think it's a real steep learning curve? The reason I ain't gonna be like a loaded question on you because I'll tell you what I mean by it. So you look at it's 2 things I look at. You look at when you play, say, youth basketball, you play middle school basketball, you play high school basketball, it's all 4 quarters. And then you look at women's basketball, it's 4 quarters. Then you look at men's college basketball, 2 halves. Then you go to NBA, it's 4 quarters. So that's one piece. The second piece to that is I always look at college basketball as very slow, because you don't see too many. That's why I was saying about those Cinderella teams, because they already know a lot of these big colleges like to set their plays. You know what I mean? They're like, hey, they slow down, set their play, and you'll see too many unnecessary passes where you'll see a kid that can shoot, he be wide open, but because of the play, he got to make an extra pass. He got to make an extra pass. And NBA is, hey, you got that shot, you need to take that shot. So that's the reason why I asked that question. Like based upon no comment, do you kind of get what I'm saying on that? No.
Yeah, I mean, it's always going to be a learning curve.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, and it's steep, but
yeah,
people can manage it. Going
yeah,
from
yeah,
the college to the NBA, it's not many who can do it though. It's
yeah.
not too many LeBrons and Kobe's and Kevin Garnett's out there who can make that transition, but some do it. So
Yeah, I
it
think,
just speaks to their
but that's
talent.
why I think you can really see like you nowadays you can see more kids coming out of college a little bit quicker than you would in football. You know what I mean? Like football, somebody early they about their 3 year mark. You know what I mean? But a good basketball player, they could before all this NIL money. I say that. You know what I mean? They can probably leave in a year. You know what I mean? Maybe 2 years at max, and they'll be out of there. Because I look at it, the game is completely different. Like yeah, I think it's kind of I can say different, but it's so many different nuances. Like I still to this day don't know why it's two halves instead of 4 quarters in college basketball.
Yeah, I don't know either, but they created that way. I don't think it's necessarily a big time difference though in the
I,
game.
I think it's the scheme's gonna be different though. I think you got more time. So I mean, when I look at it, when you say you got 4 quarters, like them quarters, like if I hit real scores, they're gonna be like, all right, I want to at least get 21 points. You know what I mean? So they know what they need to get, or 28 points or whatever. So I know I need to average at least 6 to 7 points a quarter. And the halves is a little bit different. You know what I mean? And then you get less. I think you slow down the game by having two halves instead of those quarters.
I mean, what you can still rest. You can still get the same
Yeah,
amount of rest for real,
yeah,
and the stipulation you just adjust your numbers.
yeah,
To
yeah,
still try to get your 28 points or whatever. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying, but before quarter ends at that
yeah,
point in time. Like you said, it just depends on the team. I think the playing field is even though it evens out a little more with
yeah,
the
yeah,
transfer portal and the run and gun teams who always usually give a fit to the big colleges who like to run and set plays and who have the 3, 6, 9 people on the floor who can't run like that. So and
yeah.
this is usually where you see it. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? Where it
Yep.
falls through the cracks at.
That's why they can't keep up with Oakland. I don't know if you
Yeah.
seen that game, bruh. That man was going through. He was moving through screens like kind of like Steph Curry moved through like multiple screens to get his shot off,
Hmm. Yeah.
and they was still could tell he was draining. I'm like, God, dog. So
Yeah.
you gonna see you
That's
gonna
where
see
that's
that.
where you see it at. That's exactly
Yep,
where you see it at. In
yep,
tournaments and these mismatches.
yep,
So
yep,
I don't know,
yep.
man. I don't think they should come at Calipari throat like that. You know what I'm saying? Because
Or they
Kentucky was a
coming.
good team.
They
Kentucky
coming.
was a good team. They had good players. I expect them to do more.
Yeah, I mean now I don't know, man. Like I say for the SEC, we taking a big hit, but we're looking bad right now.
Man, we
And
looking
and
real
and it's
bad.
crazy because we all thought the complete opposite. Like this year, man, shoot, we should be doing like I would thought not thought Kentucky would have took that loss,
No,
but
I
then
don't think nobody. I mean, we didn't think Harvard was going to take
no, not to Yale, no, bro. Bro,
that.
I'm still fed. I almost tore this whole house up, man. Take TVs off the wall because that crap, man.
Yeah.
I
But
I
I mean,
was
to tell you the
I
truth,
was sending a bill right to Bruce Pearl.
I didn't think Mississippi State was going to lose to Michigan State because I thought they would be the more physical team.
Yep,
But at the same time, they got down by like 10 and 12 in the first quarter and they never could recover. They were
yep,
playing wild. They never could get,
yeah,
get a grasp of the game. I mean, even we did good as far as putting multiple teams in the
yeah,
tournament,
yeah,
which is
yeah.
haven't been done not to that degree. Eight,
Yeah,
nine
not to
teams.
that. Yeah, yeah.
So that was a great thing. But yeah, we went out early. We're
Boy, we
going.
went. God. Oh man.
We
I
got
mean,
Alabama, Tennessee, and is that it? Yeah,
yeah. No, did Florida lose?
yeah.
Yeah,
Florida lost.
Florida lost. Yeah, yeah, sure did. Yep.
Yeah,
And I was expecting Florida. I wasn't expecting no SEC team to lose the first game.
yeah, yeah. Not
I,
like
I
that.
was not. I was not expecting that. Not at all, man. Like not at all. And I don't know what it is, bro. That kind of just. And I'm gonna tell you this: what's crazy? The two top paying, college SEC basketball coaches right now is Calipari, and number two is Bruce Pearl.
Mm-hmm. They're both going home.
Yeah,
At this point.
yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's
But Auburn,
what it takes.
we shot ourselves in the foot too many times. Even down to the last second, they can't make a layup.
Yeah, all the free throws. They miss pertinent free throws, man. So that you can't do at that point in time. And truth be told, they could have actually won the game,
Yeah,
tied the game, or won the
multiple
game right there.
times.
Especially
Even
those
before,
last seconds.
and they kept fouling.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, God, I mean, fouling. Like, man, hey, can y'all just stay in front of them, man? Just don't, like, I mean, bad fouls. Like, yeah, it was rough, man. So, March Madness has been very, very crazy.
Already.
I my I did my bracket. I wish I never even did it.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
I mean,
It's horrible.
I done heard so many people say already that they bracket is over with.
Bro, it's over with. It's over
Early.
with.
I mean,
Like
because look at all the big name teams.
BYU lost. They were like the first loss. I'm like, I said, all right, you know what? Then when Kentucky lost, I don't even want to look at the bracket no more.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of big name teams went out early.
And you know what? We said it too on the last episode. There ain't gonna be nobody with a perfect bracket.
Nope, not at all.
Impossible.
Not at all, man. That's why. Yeah. Yeah,
So,
man. Yeah. Who knows? Who knows who wins it all this year? You know, I see a lot of people hanging their bets on UConn, which UConn is a great team. Really.
bruh,
I mean, you just
right
never
now,
know. You
you
never know.
never know right now. Right now, I think every team is scared right now. Like I was watching the Alabama game, and I know you were watching it. They left the
Mm-hmm.
starters in until about 2 or 3 minutes left of the game just to make sure that nothing crazy happened. They up by 25 points. They were like,
They
nah.
needed to. Look, they needed to.
but
Need them
but
to.
also they probably too to keep them in rhythm because they ain't getting much practice time like they would at their home. You know what I mean? Like they can't just go in the gym like they want to. They got to share time at 1, 2 gyms around
Mm-hmm.
the area. You know what I mean? They ain't gonna be able to get them shots up. They doing more walkthrough for the tournament.
Yeah, they sitting back. They're probably right now sitting watching St. Mary's and Grand Canyon play, trying to see
Yep.
who we're going to play next.
Yep. Yep. So
Yeah.
man, let's switch gears, man, to the women's basketball, man. I seen you. The one thing I'm gonna tell you what the matchup is, and I stated this too on our last name, man. I was saying, hey, UNC girls gonna win. They won. Now you already know who they finna play.
Who they playing?
Oh, they obviously they're gonna be playing South Carolina. They're gonna be
Yeah,
playing South.
already. That's gonna be a good game.
Yeah,
Already.
yeah. They're gonna
Mm-hmm.
be playing South Carolina.
Bring
We
it
are
on.
that right there. It's finna be for the people. Hey, if you haven't seen those two play, please watch them because I'm telling you right now, it's gonna be pure. I want to say, and I mean, the only other matchup that's that aggressive would be like LSU and South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
as chippy as that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be chippy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I watched both of them today. South Carolina and LSU play.
yeah, yeah. And
Yeah,
what you thought about them? How they looking?
they look good. They look good.
They clicking.
They look good. I could tell. I could tell Malaysia been practicing with Steph Curry. because she made like what four or five threes early in the game.
Hey, hey, just amazing because I got on the notes, man, talking about her for you know what I mean. She getting another NIL deal. You know,
Yeah,
she's racking up as a true freshman, and it's happening fast. You know what I mean? Sign up under Steph Curry brand, um, Red Bull. I mean it. So it I'm happy for her. You know what I mean? That's the one thing I am because it usually take about a June, about sophomore. You know what I mean? Because she's think about this. She's not even a starter yet.
right, right.
She's not even a starter yet.
And she signed with Red Bull and
Still, it was somebody else. It was
was it
another.
Under Armour?
No, that's Steph Curry brand. Yeah, Under Armour.
Right,
You
right.
know, what I
So
mean?
yeah, she
It's
signed with
like you know what I mean. It's like you know, Jordan is under Nike, but it's that brand. You know, so Steph Curry got that same type of thing where he got the brand Under Armour.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So she signed with them.
So she's trying. So you know what I mean. That's the second athlete that ever signed under Steph Curry. She is because the first one was Fox, the point shooting guard
Right,
for
right.
Sacramento. And
Mm-hmm.
he just did that. I want to say December or January. He signed under the, and he was the first athlete. Now you got a college athlete. You know what I mean? So that shows you the ceiling that she's about to hit. And then I think also I just seen today was Angela Reese out of LSU. She got an NIL deal under Goldman Sachs.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's major.
yeah,
Okay. Wow. Yeah, I seen Flage Johnson. I seen her commercials today too. The Powerade commercial.
yeah.
Them,
Oh,
them,
yep,
them my first time seeing them. Well,
yeah.
so
So that
she got
goes
that
back to
money.
what we talked about. You know what I mean? I think in our first video about like, you know what I mean, that price, that salary, these NIL deals, and what's going to try to keep these women's basketball players into college because they're going to get a pay cut going to the WNBA because that salary is too low. But now you signing with big brands like that, that's going to offset it. Where, hey, you know what? I got this in it. I'm still making this money. I'm under their sponsorships. I'm still gonna have it going to WNBA. They can offset a little bit to go to the pro.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know
They
what I
they
mean?
gonna they gonna have to have some type of contractual agreements, man.
Yeah. But that's what's gonna drive
Just to
that
keep up,
WNBA up.
just to keep up, they're gonna have to do something to raise salary caps or what
Yeah,
have
yeah,
for them girls at this point in time.
yeah, yeah. I mean, but now all that's happening, you see that shift that's about to start happening to, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean, go to the WNBA. That's gonna bring, I think, right now they're just setting up the stepping stones, that foundation for these athletes getting these big deals to go. Like, I don't
Mm-hmm.
even think nobody in the WNBA got Goldman Sachs, but you got
Who
a
did? Who in
women's
the
college
NFL
basketball.
got that?
Yeah,
Nobody has that, man. So
yeah,
that's
yeah,
major. That's major.
yeah, yeah. So man, uh, yeah, man. So that you know, I'm I'm looking forward. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I hope I think South Carolina is gonna pull it out. I just I I can more work with a women's bracket than a men's bracket right now. Men's bracket is just too.
But like we've been saying all year, man, there hasn't been a number one team for real, a
Yeah,
state team. So
yeah,
that's exactly why you could, work better with a women's bracket.
yeah.
And just like we said, you see it in the first two games in the men's bracket, it's all over the place. Can't keep up with it.
You can't keep up. You sure can't, bro.
But it's March Madness. So
Boy, hey,
did you
it's
see
like
the
March right now, bro.
yeah, man, what did you see the contract agreement that ESPN signed with the CFP, the
No,
college football playoff that's
no.
coming up? It was like
For that
seven
12, that 12 game.
it was
Okay.
7 point for the next, I think it was like 6 years if I'm correct. 6 to 8 years, it was like $7.25 billion. So
So you know what? So you remember we had this discussion where when the college they did the official like, hey, it's going to be 12 games, 12-game
Mm-hmm.
playoffs, and then what they did was they put out the dates. Soon as they put out the dates, the NFL got mad. Remember I
Right.
was telling you about
Right.
that
Right.
because
Right.
those dates. So you were like, once the regular season is done, then all the conference championships is done. Now you notice that's when the NFL started doing Saturday games. You know what I mean? Saturday and Sunday game. They'll play like 2 games because it's close. You know what I mean? That's like the last week of the season. Then they first, the wild card be Saturday and
Right.
Sundays.
Yeah.
What the college playoffs, the 12 playoff game is playing on those same exact days, except
Mm-hmm.
Sundays. So it's playing. So they basically they not stealing from. They just gonna be overlapping. But
Right.
now the NFL is mad about it. It was like, how y'all gonna do this? Well, hey, we the big show on time because people gonna watch more college than they're gonna watch. You know what I mean? NFL.
And they know
That,
that.
that hands down.
They know that by the ratings, and
Yeah,
they know these studies already. So
yeah.
that's exactly why they are mad.
They mad. They is mad. So now, because you think about it, they signed that Peacock deal this last year, which I forgot how that came out of nowhere. Because I remember one game I
Yeah.
was trying to watch, I think it was like a Thursday or something. It's gonna be airing on Peacock. Like what? Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like when this happened? There wasn't no
Yeah.
announcement about it, nothing. So they signed
Mm.
that Peacock deal, then they signed with Amazon for the
They did the
third.
same. They did the exact same thing when they first put the first game on Amazon. I
Yep.
couldn't find it. I couldn't find the game, and I looked, and they said it was on Amazon. I'm like, Amazon. So everybody
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
scrambling and
Yep.
trying to download Amazon. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know. It's their marketing, with that. But
That
they're gonna lose when it comes to the CLP.
they're gonna lose, and the CLP ain't got to say nothing but just sit back because people gonna watch it.
Mm-hmm.
People gonna watch it. I mean, you look at. I'm trying to figure out who got the biggest NFL stadium. I forgot who got the biggest NFL stadium. I who got the biggest?
Indianapolis,
Is
Indianapolis.
that
Them,
biggest NFL stadium? No, it's the Giants.
the
The
Giants.
Giants and the Jets.
Right, because they play in the same stadium. Right,
Yep. Well, yeah. That's right.
right.
Because hold on. I think is the Jets about to build a new stadium? I think they about to build a new stadium too. I think that's what's about to happen. But yeah, like so they said 82,000. That's the biggest
Mm,
stadium, 82,000.
that sounds about right.
So now you know Power Five schools. Let's say Alabama, Auburn, Michigan, Ohio State,
A
Texas,
hundred
100 plus.
easy.
Penn State,
Mm-hmm.
all and be packed.
Mm-hmm. And the tailgate next time, it's probably another 50, 60 outside.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
the revenue that college football just brings in is so major.
I mean, think about this. I ain't seen ESPN offer the NFL a deal.
Like
If they did, it'll probably be just strong. They're like, well, whatever. But college,
they know what this CFP is gonna do,
so
man.
I mean, think about this, man. Think about what on with the March Madness tournament. Look how many different channels is playing.
Yeah, I can't keep up.
I can't. You can't.
Hmm?
You can't. It's on so many different channels.
I'm going from True TV to TNT to CBS
Yes, to
to,
follow. Yeah,
to ESPN. I'm watching the girls on
yeah.
ESPN. So
That market is them big. They making money, man. Making more
all
money than
the
college is making. They making so much more money than the NFL. That's why NFL is doing all. I think it's doing all these outskirts, like with Amazon, with doggone. You know what I
mm-hmm.
mean? With
Peacock.
Peacock. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly what they're doing.
Because so you were like, I use YouTube TV. I think YouTube TV is probably the best to keep up all the sport because you can do live and show like you can say sports and just show all the game, just kind of click on it. Because I switched to YouTube TV when that Spectrum Disney crap happened.
Yeah.
Remember in college football was they Spectrum bumped heads with you know what I mean with Disney.
Yep.
And
And
I can't find no
TV.
can't watch none of the game. Oh yeah, I
Direct
was
TV.
Spectrum.
They're doing it right now. Direct TV. Like it's some of the Sunday night games. You
Yeah.
can't get the Sunday night games because they've been beefing going back. Between
Yep.
contractual agreements and everything. And to the point where people they didn't got so mad. Like, man, all right, man, y'all tripping now at this point.
There's no reason to use it no more, man. Like YouTube TV, it's just like an app. Like you watching Hulu, watching whatever. You click on it, bring it up. You don't need a dish outside no more. You know what I mean? It's actually cheaper.
Right.
It's cheaper. So yeah, bro. I mean, so it's going to be interesting, man. With that playoff piece again, the CFP. You know what I mean? The ESPN. Because along with that, Clemson is jumping in on the suit with Florida State when they suing the ACC.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that came out yesterday.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, saying breach of contract because of not. Don't come over to the SEC. We full. We done. We full. We don't need no more. We don't need y'all.
Red Sankey might open up the doors for those two.
So you know what? And me and you have always having these conversations. But we'll put on recording so you remember. I asked you a question. I say, hey man, do you think in like about 5 to 10 years that the NCAA gonna go away?
Mm-hmm.
I think so. Like, or something.
It's so many schools that are coming against them, and so many schools are fed up with what they are doing.
Yeah.
Even the politicians, and the chancellors at the school. Everybody's kind of banding together on the same accord as far as like they don't trust the system anymore and what it's doing, and what I'm saying, how it's taken away from the players. Mac Brown in North Carolina, he voiced his opinion so much about what they did to their receiver this past year, how they just came out and said he couldn't play for no reason, and they had already cleared all the speculations, whatever they was trying to hold back against him. So there's so many situations like that, and what happened in Tennessee.
The big thing with him was he had transferred twice. But his first school was North Carolina Central, the HBCU up in Durham, North Carolina. So he transferred from there, but he never played.
Right.
But the NCAA tried to count him towards it, but he never played. That because they didn't have it happened when COVID was happening. They was one of the schools that didn't play that season. Some people still played games, but they didn't play at all. So he was on the roster, but they didn't play a game. So then he transferred, and they try to count that negative towards him.
See, and just stuff like that, man. You know, just to even try to be a stickler about somebody's, college career, to where you're trying to take away an opportunity for them based on a small stipulation.
Yeah, I think the NCAA gonna go away. That's one piece. I think I don't know how it's gonna happen and how it's gonna be formatted. And I guarantee you got some real smart big wigs is trying to figure out how to manipulate that, like they did with the NIL. And I guarantee they out of. I ain't gonna say I guarantee. I bet they coming out of California. Because you remember California was the first state that said, nah, we finna start paying our athletes. And y'all can't do nothing about it because it's going to be under this state. You know what I'm saying? So then they just open up the floodgates and start opening with the NIL. Now, it's going to take something like that. And I think it's really going to come from, the SEC.
I think that they're actually already on top of it. I don't know what's going on behind closed doors, but what was the Big Ten and the SEC? They formed some type of committee
Yep. Yep.
together. That was strange, but they formed a committee to to combat these issues with the
Yep.
NCAA, and they had
Yep.
they got people like Greg Sankey, who everybody loves in the football college world.
Yeah.
He's headlining it, and all these people. So I think it's definitely coming. It's
Yeah.
coming
Yeah. I think it
soon.
is too. Yeah.
I
Yeah. I
don't
think
know
it.
when, but
Yeah. I
definitely
don't know
coming.
when, and it gonna come out of nowhere too. But I think between the next 5 to 10 years, because it's gonna come up to the point where some of these contracts gonna come up for renewals.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think some of
And the
these
schools not gonna want to
contracts
do it.
with the SEC and the ACC,
Mm-hmm.
the Big Ten. I need to look. I want to look at those contracts. I'm gonna look it up and I'm gonna see the time frame. Do they kind of are they close to each other? That's when they're gonna. That's when you're gonna kind of see the fact. I mean, bickering going back and forth.
Yeah, I would love to read the suit
Yeah,
that Florida State and Clemson are jumping in on. I haven't read it. I've
yeah.
just been hearing about it.
They're dealing with the dollar bill and they're not getting what they were promised for
Right,
TV time.
right,
You
right.
know what I mean? Like the one thing I remember always seeing was, and it was like this past year to a certain extent. Um, you always Clemson was always a team they played real early in the day. Like they always played at like noon. You know what I mean? They was one of those early teams. I never
Mm-hmm.
know why. You never really seen them playing like 3 o'clock game, 4 o'clock games. Those usually always like the either UNC or SEC teams. So, those used to play about like big SEC, like Auburn, Alabama, like what is it, maybe like Mississippi State. They'll play like all Tennessee, they usually play like 3 o'clock, you know what I mean? Clemson
Mm-hmm.
always used to play like 11 or 12 o'clock on Saturday mornings. Like it was always early for going back a long time too though.
Yeah,
Back
I know that they'll have maybe one or two late games that I see, and it's usually like the kickoff games that start
Yeah,
the college football.
and it might not even be scheduled that because they'll shift the schedule based on how your you know what I mean how the gravitation or your
Mm-hmm.
rankings going. You
Mm-hmm.
might have the 12, then everybody we're gonna switch y'all to a later time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I know a lot of times they usually play like super early though, super early.
Mm-hmm.
So that yeah, I usually look at interesting on that piece, man. But I know it has something to do that the suit has something to do with they supposed to be getting X amount of dollars with under this new TV deal and all this type of stuff through ACC that distribute out to all the ACC schools, and they feel like they're not getting their cut. Now, Clemson must have been doing some bookkeeping, doing some audits because they see they ain't making that money either.
And it's crazy because they just jumped in on it. So and it's been going on a while. So they had to do their
It
homework.
started right when they got shafted for the
Right. So they definitely been sitting back
yeah.
reading
So that was December.
and
Yeah.
gathering. They got receipts. They've been keeping
Yeah.
their receipts.
Yep. Yep.
So it
Yep.
must be something for them to jump in now.
Yep. 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 So man, we'll shift courses, man, to no football, man.
Mm.
So there's been a lot of pro days going on. So I just kind of speak on maybe two people of the pro days, which is Caleb, and then I talk about then Marvin Harrison Jr. Man. So Caleb, he didn't throw at the combine, but he threw at pro day. It kind of I guess satisfy whatever these the GMs want to see. Um, did you see anything with his pro day, man?
With who? With
Caleb.
Caleb?
Yeah,
Yeah, I watched him. I seen him throw, and
yeah,
I seen
yeah,
him do a couple of drills.
yeah,
I seen people saying they're not too hyped on him. I seen some people say that. You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
I mean, he looks like a decent quarterback. He I don't see a
He can throw at different angles. Hey, but you
right.
know what? That started to become I don't say trend. That started to become the standard now.
Yeah,
Like
because
if you look at a lot of these quarterbacks, you know, you're not seeing
you
too
can't
many batted balls.
you can't I mean, not these days. You can't.
Nah, you're
And
not seeing. You seeing them side arming. You know what I mean on both sides. You know what I mean.
but that's
They
the
throwing in
quarterback now.
different angles now.
That's the quarterback now. As crazy as it is, you know
Yeah.
that's what they used to teach you not to do.
Yep.
But you look at your Josh Allens and your Lamar
Yep.
Jackson and Patrick Mahomes. I
Patrick
mean,
Mahomes.
but
Yep.
Patrick
And
Mahomes
Caleb
makes
does that
every
same
throw.
thing.
He
Yeah.
makes every throw you're not supposed to throw. Patrick
Yep.
Mahomes, but he makes some on the money. You know, that perfect passing. You know, you
Yep.
can't teach a lot of that. You know, there's some of that is intangible. You know, it's just being a player and a baller.
Yep. Yep.
But yeah, like you said, I mean, if you can do that, it's a plus to your game.
Yep. Yep. I mean, so yeah, man. I mean, he did good, man. I say he did good, and a lot of times at you know, he gonna get drafted within the top three. I say I ain't gonna say number one, but I say the top three. But you look at it, man. You got enough film on him. That's one piece.
Mhm.
But then also with the pro day, I mean, he thought with the receiver that he been training with for years. You know what I mean? That you know, like they went through a whole season together. Instead of throwing somebody that his time gonna be off, blah blah blah. So he looked like I thought he was gonna look. But then you look at Marvin Harrison Jr. He said, "Man, I ain't working out." He said, "Y'all got enough film on me. What is gonna prove out here for me in shorts and shirts to be you know to be catching the ball?" That's literally what it was like. What's the purpose of it? Y'all have 3 years of film on me.
That,
What are we doing?
that's real.
I
I
mean,
mean, what more do you want from?
what else are you gonna get?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, they asked Xavier Worthy, you know, the guy who
Okay,
ran the 4.2 at
yeah,
The Dolphins wanted him to run the 40.
yeah. McDaniel said, "Hey man, you're not gonna run it for what?"
Why?
And you know what's
That's
crazy?
crazy.
Because he's like, I mean, I just set the record. What else do I need to prove?
I'm telling you, at the NFL comeback. Like, now it's just a show. Now you want me just to run now.
Yeah, nah, man, nah.
Yeah,
So, but like with Marvin Harris Jr., I don't blame him. You know, he got his dad as Hall of Famer. You know what I mean in the NFL, so he know like, I mean, what's the purpose? Like now, if you were somebody that hey, you fighting, you know what I mean? You probably round 4, round 5. You know what I mean? You might need to do something. You know what I mean? But for somebody like Marv Harris that's projected to be top 3, top 4, maybe top 5 at the worst, what are we doing?
yeah,
What
no,
are we doing? Hey, you know what?
mm,
It reminded me of Deion Sanders. You know what I mean? When they was he told a story where he was like, he was at the combine. I forgot. I think it was like the Giants or somebody. Hey, we want to do we want to do a interview with you. It's gonna take a couple hours. He said, "Hold on, what pick y'all is? Oh, we number 8." He said, "Well, I ain't gonna be around that long.
so,
What we wasting time for, man?"
I ain't dropping that far. Yeah. But it's true though. You have to be confident and you
Yeah,
have
you
to
gotta
walk
be.
in the
You
moment.
know you're worth. Then that's what it is.
Right.
You know what I mean? But if you somebody
Exactly.
that's at a small school that wasn't on those big lights, yeah, you probably need to get as much, you know what I mean, spotlight
Mm-hmm.
as possible so they can remember you doing that draft. You know what I mean? But hey, his name, he just added the junior to it. His name is already well known
Right.
across the
Right.
NFL.
And he catch just like his pops. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So man, but also Justin Jefferson might be on the trade block.
I know who not gonna pick him up. Cause I tell you, boy, if we can pass on every great player, we are. It's just
And tell the people who is we.
yeah, I don't know what Jared and them be doing, man. And then his son Steven said we got what we wanted out of the free agents. Shit,
Man. Well, who did
we
they get? Did he get a partner? Like
we
who
just
did they get?
we just
They
got
got some new people that do the stitching on the uniform.
man, we
I
just
don't
got
know. A
we got the
physical
line
therapy.
we got the linebacker, man. That's it. The
But
linebacker
and to be
Eric.
real with you, that was only because the linebacker, they had to cut him because he failed a physical.
He wanted to go to,
but he the neck injury,
right?
Which he could, what I mean. That came back to light this week by what's his name? The lineman for the 49ers tackle, left tackle for the 49ers. Trent Williams.
Yeah, big boy, yeah.
Yeah, that's how he hurt his neck. The way he was blocking, he threw him to like somebody that hurt his neck. That's how he ended up getting hurt.
Van Ness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it came back out, I think it was like Monday or Tuesday. Like he mad about it. Like, man, this is reason, you know what I mean? Like, this reason I failed my physical because you know what I mean, going at him, and I think they was trying to say it was a dirty block.
Man,
but
yeah.
it's football.
Right.
And I know from injuries, it happens, bro. Like once you get on the football field, you pretty much saying like, hey, any injury, like I can get injured. You know what I mean? Like that's you can't, but you just like driving the car. You can have an accident. Somebody not paying attention. Blah blah blah. Like
it
can happen. That's the part of it.
You never want it to happen or to to go that way at all. It's just like even just watching the game with DeMar Hamlin. You know, and just playing the game. You play the game for the love of it. But you never think nothing like that will happen, in that series. But at the same time, it helps you put things into perspective because it's like, man, I'm literally putting my life on the line.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Playing that game, man.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, it's for real. Like you do, that's why you do. That's why you train. That's why you practice.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? To keep your body in the best condition possible. You know what I mean? Understand it. Like you learn some lessons hard. Like I said, man, dude cracked me one time hard. Hey, ever since then, I used to keep my head on swivel, but now for real, my spider sense is up now. Now I keep my head on swivel and my spider sense is up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But you have to, man. You have to give that passion to the game, and you have to put in that time and that work. Like I mean, how many countless nights did we leave practice or go from practice and we'll go lift weights?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying, for another 2-3 hours. You know how many nights do we do that a week? So you have to try to be better than the next man, and you got to want it for yourself. So, like I said, you put that on the line every time.
Yeah, you put that on the line. I mean, you really do. You really do, man. But yeah, bro, like Justin Jefferson, I'm surprised by that. I don't know what. It's supposed to be like a multi-deal, like a multi-team deal. That's just like the reports. Like, I don't know who's going to grab him, boy. That's going to be a major. I don't know what the Vikings are doing right now, to be honest with you.
Just trying to rebuild. That's what it seems like.
Yeah, and he, rebuilding. He needed, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's interesting, man. And then Aaron Donald, came out this week. I sent you a video, but how he was speaking on the reason that he's retired. Like
what else does he need to do?
Yeah, and that's how I felt about Jason Kelce, man. Like he just wanted, because he don't want to feel like he let somebody down. But shoot, he said almost like I think he went the longest stretch without missing any games. But this man did multiple surgeries, you know what I mean, all season. He's saying, hey, sometimes I can barely get up. My wife got to help me up out the bed. Like, your body's so beat down, you know what I mean? Like at some point, you want to walk out of your own, not have somebody carry you out. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's how I felt like with Aaron Donald. Like, he was like, man, he didn't say anything about how he felt physically, but we already know, even at the NFL level, your body's gonna feel like that. And then think about this: every play he's getting double team and sometimes triple team. So you fighting through a whole game regular season playoff getting triple team, double team, triple team every time.
And you fight men amongst men. You 6'7",
Yeah.
350,
Even Jason Kelly
320.
used to say that. He was like, Aaron Donald used to get mad at him, like, man, why you gotta get chipped? He said, man, I'm not gonna block you by myself, man. Like, nah, man. Trust me, you gonna get double team all game.
Yeah. Aaron Donaldson had a great. I mean, he had a great career. That's 10 years.
He like,
10
what else I gotta
years.
prove? He already know, like, his position ain't driven on winning 5, 6 Super Bowls. Mm-hmm. So he was like, all right, you know what? I don't feel like going to another team. I don't feel like I'm tired, and I don't feel like going through a whole nother training camp. You know what I mean? He's like, I'm done, man. You know, and you don't know how bad his body. People look at, oh man, he's still like he in great shape. People like he blah blah blah, but you don't know that man might be taking 5 or 6 pain pills a day in the off season, trying to get over.
You put yourself through a lot just to get back to play. So that's definitely something major. We don't know what he's going through, like you said, what his body's doing to him on the daily basis.
I checked every box I need to check.
But he really has.
Yeah. So that I think that I'm just happy for him, man. I love players at least can retire on their own, because there's a lot of them that get forced to retire from some type of injury or whatever. Just to be able to, you know what I mean, check all those boxes, your personal goals, get a ring for the organization, and then, hey, man, if you healthy enough, make your money, and then move on.
Bro, that's a Hall of Fame career. 10 years in the league. You went to 8, 9. No, almost every Pro Bowl every year. Every year.
Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Went 2 Super Bowl.
Won
1.
Yep. Same thing. Jason Kelce, he went to 2, won 1. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know he was a middle linebacker. I didn't know he was a linebacker. He started off from linebacker in college.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, at Cincinnati. He started off at linebacker, and the offensive line coach kept walking to him and say, hey, man, the way you move, I could really try you at center, man. And he kept pushing him off. Mm-hmm. And then finally, something happened. I think he said injury or something happened. So they tried him out at center. He got stuck with it for the rest of his life.
That's how it happens.
That's why he's able to move so agile. You know what I mean? Get out of space, get to his spots. You know what I mean? All the time. He's very quick for a lineman. He's kind of undersized, but centers, you know what I mean? But once he get a hold of you, he can get a hold of you. So he can move his feet, bro. And he's been there. That's you know. And then his brother was a quarterback starting off. You know, like most linebackers plays the offensive ball early in their career. You know what I mean? Like, that's just showing your versatility. So, but yeah, man. Yeah, bro. I got some more football. Go ahead, bro.
No, I'm just saying, I'm happy for him too. And I'm happy for him. Congrats. You lead the game. You played 10 years and you only 32. Yeah. You can do whatever you want to now.
Yeah. Man, especially like college football though. Have you been tracking I know, like, so it's hard right now too, because really March Madness taking over everything kind of news based. So you got to kind of see the art as they pop up. But it's been 3 starters for FAMU hit the transfer portal just this week.
FAMU?
Yeah.
Something going on down there?
I don't know. You know the head coach left.
Mm-hmm.
The head coach left to take on, I think it was like a running back coach or something at a Power 5 school. And I forgot who they replaced him with. Some must not be jiving. That's what we've been talking about, the transfer portal. Either, remember you saying, hey, somebody could be running for something sometime, kind of hire something. You know what I mean? But also, I mean, I'm saying, like, hey, coaches change. Sometimes, like, you fit that person's scheme a lot better than this new coach is. Because, when a new head coach is, he's going to bring for your position, he might not be the same person. And the scheme is going to be different. So it don't fit you.
A lot of players follow coaches too in the portal.
Yeah,
With
yeah,
this team.
yep.
And
So
some of them probably went with him.
yeah, man. Look up that story, man. I mean, look, I sent it to you, man. But one just hit the transfer portal yesterday. The defensive line, a top defensive lineman.
Yeah, one story I did see one of our DBs transferred and went to Auburn or
Yeah,
Alabama.
really.
Yeah, they've been going back and forth online. They were saying the Iron Bowl is already picking up steam already this year.
I mean, usually we seen it one other time. Who was that player from Alabama that did that? I think it was about 7, 8 years ago. I think it was a DB, wasn't it?
I think it might have been a DB. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I forgot who it was. You usually don't do that.
Yeah. It's,
Because I mean, it's part of orientation. When you go to either Alabama or you go to Auburn, it's part of orientation. You walk in the door, hey, first of all, you need to put your hand on the Bible and say, I say your name. I hate such and such team. You know what I mean? I need you to repeat this like 5 times. We gotta get you on camera. You know what I mean? Sign this document, and now you're part of the football team.
Yeah, because that's one thing you don't do. You don't transfer from Alabama to Auburn or Auburn to Alabama. That just don't happen. It's principalities in this thing. Yeah, it's
Only
Antonio.
schools you can transfer. You can't transfer those two. You better, if you're gonna stay in the state, you better go to UAB, Alabama
Right,
State, Alabama A&M, South.
right,
You know what I
right.
mean? Something else.
Yeah,
But it ain't that. It ain't those two. Those ain't interchangeable right there.
yeah, man. And Antonio Kite, that's his name.
Antonio Kite. I didn't see
Yeah,
that.
yeah. He transferred from like I say, Alabama to Auburn, and they've been going back and forth online already. I'm sending it to you.
I guarantee you, Hugh Freeze got him. Hey man, I need you to give me the rundown of what's going on there.
Oh, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. But he probably one of those transfers who panicked and left.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. Well,
just
I mean, yeah, I
he
might look up the story on that, but also you got a whole new coaching staff. You know what I mean? Your schemes might be different. You know what I mean? He might be getting exposed, especially at DB. Hey, maybe they're paying a lot more coverage, and I think Nick Saban used to play a lot more man.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, man, I'm playing. You know what I mean? I'm playing a lot more coverage. We ain't going there, man. Nah, bro. I need to play on the island. Maybe you know what I mean? Maybe that's it.
It could be true, but at the end of the day, you don't transfer from
within
Alabama to Auburn,
you don't
or
have to do that,
Auburn to Alabama.
bro. No, you don't cross that line.
You just don't do that.
No, you don't cross that line.
Now you can do like our lineman did Proctor, James Proctor. He transferred. He
Yeah,
one of the ones ran. He transferred and went to Iowa
yeah.
and came back. Yeah,
No,
me too. Yeah, I know why he came back too.
why you think he came back?
Because it's Alabama. I mean, and at the same
Well,
time, it's Iowa. Why would you go to Iowa?
well, I'm gonna
I
say
mean, now Iowa do have good linemen.
that's what I was about to say.
They do have.
That whole Midwest, boy, they developed some linemen. They between there and down south.
Right.
And
Exactly. So I wouldn't went to Iowa.
yeah, because that's what I'm saying. You already finna be up a steep ladder because the one thing about them, they get them country boys off the cornfields. You know what I mean? At that been working the farms, probably wrestling bears all their doggone life. Them dudes probably don't even hard to touch the weight room, but they've been pulling tractors. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you go up there and you're like, oh, hey man, they don't need no help, bro. They just lacking on an athletic standpoint. They ain't lacking on the line, man.
Not in the trenches.
Not in the trenches.
Not on the offensive side. Definitely.
Yeah. So as an offensive lineman, no, I want to go up there. You better take his best option was to go out west.
Right. At least Texas.
Yeah, that was his best. Texas and all. You know what I mean? Go out
Yeah.
there.
Take it on, yeah.
But that, yeah, bro. Midwest, nah, bro. You don't need to be no.
Yeah, he did the right thing, man. He
No,
came on back.
no. Hey, man. So I got a couple of more. Well, I got one more topic I want to bring up, man. Um, Cam Newton. You know, Cam Newton got that podcast.
Scam new.
Man, nah, he ain't no scam dude, bro. It was no money. It was all fabricated from some Alabama boosters to push this into the newspaper, push this into the media that he did that. He didn't do that. He didn't take no money. It wasn't. It didn't come to him.
You
The
know,
count not in his name.
that's one thing I love about America. It's not what you did, it's what you can prove. Everybody know you took the money and ran, man. You know, your dad a preacher. Yeah, that's all right. It's all right. What,
So
what, what, what in the words of Harvey Updike? He said the best money that a college player can buy. You know what I'm saying? It's the best money. Oh, scam new.
oh man.
What did he
Hey,
do now? What did he do
so
now?
he said that it was a question. Uh, well, the question was who do he think is the most athletic state in sports? And he said Georgia.
Of course, that's where he from.
He said Georgia. He said by a long shot. He said Florida, California don't even stand a chance. I think Florida is the most athletic state.
Of course, he gonna say that. Hmm.
What do you think?
Oh, that is athletic because I mean we do think of speed as one as being
Yeah,
athletic, agility, coverage wise. Yeah, that's tough. That is tough. It might be Florida and Texas. That might be it. It might be Florida as
I
far as
think
like
it's Florida. I
yeah.
think Florida.
But
I think
just think off the back of running backs and wide receivers and cornerbacks and
yeah,
DBs and
yeah,
safeties. Just a conglomerate of all the players that went to Florida State and Miami and
yeah,
Florida over
yeah.
the years, man. And who seeped out the state and went other places too. You
I
know what I
mean,
mean?
one of the best athletes in multiple sports. I mean, it's from Florida. Deion Sanders.
Yeah. I mean, it's real. It's definitely
Yeah.
a
But Florida,
legitimate
I mean,
legitimate.
they athletic, boy. Yeah, bro. Georgia, I don't know, man. That's a hard one to. I would have to really look back at like all the players, like just kind of just look at. But he said that I want to put Georgia at number one. I mean, he been biased because he's from
Right.
Georgia,
Exactly.
but I mean, me and you from Alabama. I don't I don't think Alabama's the most athletic. I think now probably the strongest athletes
Right.
coming from Mississippi and Alabama. I say
Hmm.
that.
Yeah. Gritty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I say that. I really say that. Like I don't know about this new generation how they hit in the gym, but they weren't hitting like we was in the gym. But you know what I mean? That everybody we knew from Alabama that was playing ball, yeah, everybody was strong down there.
Everybody lived in the gym.
Yeah,
Hmm.
everybody lived in the gym. So, but
Yeah, I might
like,
have to say that's a legitimate one, Florida.
yeah, I think Florida. Uh, I don't know about California. California produce a lot of athletes, but
They do. They do too.
yeah, I don't. I don't know. I have to look, but they do produce a lot of athletes. A lot of athletes.
But most athletic people who ran the charts, when we think of athletic ability too, like I said, it's speed. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, California has speed. You
Because you
know,
got to think about a lot of like. Think about this. Like a lot of these, it's not like that now. But remember back, like they were Florida was just killing. You know what I mean? They were just. a problem on football, Miami, they recruited in the state. They weren't even going out the state.
That's what I was saying earlier.
Yeah.
Like the conglomerate of players from those schools.
Yeah.
You know, just thinking about it, the Florida State, Miami is.
They weren't even leaving the state. Florida State,
Exactly.
they want to leave the state.
Nope. And they right by Alabama and Georgia and Mississippi.
Yeah.
They go down south. They don't go north.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I would definitely say.
Thank you. Yeah.
Florida. But yeah, that was a bad statement.
I look back then, like a lot of the Georgia athletes back in it, you know what I mean, from our time frame, and they weren't staying in the state like that. Because your only option really was University of Georgia as a Power 5. Nobody, Georgia Tech, no. I mean, so, but then you look at in Alabama, at that time, we had just University of Alabama, Auburn. But then you look at Florida, they all compete against each other. Florida State, University of Florida, Miami. Yeah. So most people from Georgia get great athletes. They was getting before Kirby Smart days and all that. They was getting pulled.
Yeah, it's different, Florida, man. So just thinking about it, hands down.
Yeah.
I would say, man.
Yeah.
That was, like I said, that was a biased opinion.
Yeah. I don't put them top. If anybody, first thing I say is Florida. First thing I say is Florida.
All day long.
But man, bro, we're gonna wrap this one up, man. And let's get back on this on Sunday. We'll do a little short recap because we got a lot of games going on tomorrow. So they're gonna be going on. And I want to see what's gonna happen because this first 2 days of March Madness, this junk is, I don't know what's gonna happen.
It's a gumbo pot, man. Ain't no telling. No telling what's in it, what's coming out of it. At this point in time, it's only gonna get wilder from here.
Yeah.
But Sunday we'll jump back on and entertain the people.
Yeah. We're gonna entertain. Hey everyone, I thank y'all for joining our Friday night sports roundtable. We will be back on this Sunday. The video probably posted Sunday night or early Monday morning. Hey, I love it. Please keep supporting us. Hey, you know what? Before I say that, on TikTok, we getting comments on TikTok too. Basically, I think we were talking about a lot of comments came on that Cadillac story that you told about what he did in high school.
True story.
What up? It was a couple comments on the Don Staley, agreeing about, putting multiple statues and stuff like that, changing women's basketball. So, but hey, we love those type of comments. We watching it. Hey, please support us on the YouTube channel, so you can see the full episode. We only putting clips and stuff on Instagram and Facebook and on TikTok, but you can find us on Down South Sports Roundtable on all those platforms, and please subscribe and follow and like us. I appreciate it.
We appreciate y'all.
Appreciate y'all.
Have a good one.